Hi guys, it's me again. Welcome back to my channel. This video is gonna be a bit about epilepsy and what are the questions you're not meant to ask people who are epileptic. Just before we get into that, I would just like to give a big thanks to everyone for your support. I've had enormous support so far, so big thumbs up to that. Thank you very much to you. Right, we're gonna get straight into it. I received a few emails from a few people asking me questions about epilepsy and my journey, and some of those questions, like, I replied back to majority of the questions, but some of those questions were quite bizarre, so I would like to talk about those questions. It's why this video is about questions that you're not really meant to ask people who are epileptic. Okay, first of all, first questions first. Are you possessed? Sorry? Yeah, a question, are you possessed? Now, this is one of the most common questions I've come across whilst being epileptic. I don't know why. It's a very common question in Asians because they believe that you're possessed by some evil spirit and you should read something or eat something or see someone to resolve this issue, because this issue can only be resolved, you know, if you get that evil spirit out of you. No, there is no evil spirit inside a person who is epileptic. Once they are diagnosed, they should see a consultant who is a neurologist and they can help that person. Okay, so no, that person is not possessed. Is that why you're not married? No, of course not. Marriage is something very personal. It's not necessary for a person to get married from the age of 20, between the age of 20 to 30. It's not necessary that you must get married between that age. I don't know why some people believe that it's very important for a girl to get married, you know, in that age. It's good if you do. I'm like, good for you, but for some people it's a personal preference and it's very personal. When someone is ready to get married, they will get married. When they're not ready, they won't. So currently I'm not ready, it's why I'm not married. A next question, are you going to have a fit today? Like, this I used to get asked a lot. This like is a question, like, how do you know when you're going to have a fit, or are you going to have a fit today? I used to get an indication a few seconds before my seizures that, oh gosh, I'm feeling it, it's gonna come on, and then whoever was near me or whoever was close by all used to say I'm not feeling very well, and ding, it used to just happen. So seizures are not predicted when they're gonna happen. You wouldn't know and wake up that morning and think, oh, I'm gonna have one today, let me just inform someone, I'm gonna have one today at 6 o'clock, so please be ready. No, it doesn't work like that, and it's not a nice question to ask someone because then they feel insecure and uncomfortable that day. Okay, next question. Oh dear. Don't you feel embarrassed after it's over? Oh no, of course not. It's not something that's embarrassing. It's actually something that's very upsetting, and you feel completely exhausted, you feel confused, you feel you're in severe pain, because I used to get severe headaches and I used to bite my tongue a lot, and my tongue used to be sore. I couldn't eat for 2 days after having the seizure. So it used to be quite stressful for me, but no, I never used to get embarrassed of having one. Okay, next question. Where's the worst place you've had a seizure? There's 2 places I can name. One was on a train, around people. I had a seizure. I realised I had a seizure, so I just got off the next station. Then I didn't realise which station I was at because I was so confused. I couldn't speak to anyone properly because I couldn't speak after a partial seizure. So I used to get seizures where you don't collapse and get fit. I used to get partial seizures where I used to go absent, my mind used to go blank, or I used to be terrified for a few minutes, etc. So after I found my way back home a few hours later, finding the right station, the right stop, etc., I got home eventually, but it was quite stressful for me that day. But the good thing about it was my dad got me a chauffeur afterwards. Okay, next question. Do you think Oh, there was a second one as well, yeah. I was next to my niece, she was sleeping next to me, so I had a fit whilst I was asleep, so I get fits whilst I'm asleep, and she was so young at that time and so mature about it. She just got up and got her mother to help me because she knew I was poorly at the time, and I just said to her, if I do something unusual, if I'm poorly, just go and quickly grab your mum, and she did that, so bless her. Very good. Okay, next question. Do you think you're disabled? No, it's not a disability. At first I used to be quite frustrated because I wasn't able to drive. I had lost my driving license for 10 years, which was so stressful for me because I couldn't drive, because driving's one of those things that I enjoy the most. And I don't think it's a disability. You're not physically disabled, neither are you mentally disabled. So me personally, I don't think it's a disability. And also, epilepsy is not a disease, it is a condition, which you must remember. It's just a condition that a person is going through, and the good thing about it is it's treatable. Has it ruined your life? No, not at all. It hasn't ruined my life. It's actually made me a better person. When you go through a tough time, you learn from it and it makes you a better person. So no, it hasn't ruined my life. So when you ask these questions to people, just be very careful, because some people who have some conditions, they can be sensitive towards it. So these are the questions to avoid asking people who have these conditions. So that was that. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.